A common design pattern when building mobile applications is to break the application up into multiple components and then embed the child components inside a parent component. So you can see here we have a UX component that has a panel navigator with two panel cards. So the first panel card has a button on it that just simply navigates to the second panel card, but the second panel card has an embedded UX component on it. So this is where our embedded component is housed, and we've set the properties of this embedded component so that we delay render till visible. So that means that when the parent component is initially rendered, we don't spend any time waiting for the child component to render because it's not yet visible. And we've not chosen any of the other options like refresh when panel card gets focus, which would cause this component to re-execute every time panel card 2 got focus. And we've not chosen to synchronize either. So basically what's going to happen is when we run this parent component, only the parent controls will render. Then the first time that panel card 2 gets focus, the embedded component will be rendered, and then from that point onwards, every time we go back to the parent, back to panel card 1, then panel card 2, there's no more AJAX callbacks going on because the embedded component has been rendered. However, you still might want an event to fire when this embedded component gets focus, so that you can do something with it. Now, one way in which you could make that happen is go to this panel navigator here, and in the onPanelActivateComplete event, you could write some code that says if the panel that just got focus was panel card number 2, then do something. But an easier way to accomplish this is to actually go to the child component. So let's go now to our child component, and you can see that in the child component there's an event called the onPanelActivateEvent. So this event only fires if this particular UX component is a child inside a parent component, and in particular if it's a child inside a panel card. So now let's go ahead and see how this works. So I'm going to go now to working preview and then click the button to go to panel 2. So that's going to cause focus to go to the second panel, which will then fire the AJAX callback to load the component. And then after the component is loaded, the event fires. So there's my event child UX component just got focus. Now if we go back to the first panel and now go back to this panel, there's no AJAX callback anymore because the panel has already been loaded, but you can see that the event still fires. So let's take a look at this now in Firefox so we can actually see the AJAX callbacks taking place. So here we are in Firefox now, and we have Firebug turned on so we can watch the AJAX callback. So let's click now on the button to go to panel 2. So you can see there's the AJAX callback that fired to load the embedded component, and now here's the onPanelActivateEvent that fired, putting up our alert. Now we'll click the button to go back to the parent component, which is panel card number 1. Now when we click the button to go back to panel 2, we'll see that there's no more AJAX callbacks taking place. So there's no AJAX callback there, but our event fires. So what we've shown in this video is how the onPanelActivateEvent in a child UX component can be used to do whatever work needs to be done when the panel card in which this child UX component has been embedded gets focus. Thanks very much for watching.